Hi everyone, my name is Jeanette Escova and I'm a student success coach here at Rio Hondo College, specifically for the Student Success and Dream Center. Welcome. This is not our original space. This is not the office that we originally are conducting these workshops in, but we're doing our best to support you in the best way that we can. And so now workshops are going to be online. This is one of them. Please look through the other workshops that are available. There are other coaches who are going to be conducting a workshop similar to this. So go ahead and, look to see if any of those are interesting to you, and definitely I encourage you to sit in one of those workshops as well. Thank you so much for being here, for taking the time out of your day to be in this workshop and to enhance your learning, your skills. So today I'm going to be going over the syllabi analysis. This workshop is basically to educate you on what is a syllabus and what is in it. For some of you, maybe this is your first semester and you have no idea what a syllabus is. For others, maybe this is your second semester, third semester, whatever it may be. And you just need a refresh on the syllabus. But I know when I was a incoming freshman to college, I had no idea what a syllabus was, and I kept hearing people talk about, the syllabus, it says in the syllabus, check the syllabus. And so I want to make sure that all of you know what a syllabus is and what is in it, so you're fully aware once you start taking classes or so forth. So today, the learning outcomes for this will be students will learn how to decode a course syllabus. Students will learn how to track progress, grades in classes, and construct a professional and educational email. So hopefully by the end of this workshop, you will feel comfortable and you will know how to do all of this. So let's get started. So what is a syllabus? Okay, so a syllabus, here I'll go ahead and move myself so you can see. A syllabus can tell you nearly everything you need to know about the course and what is expected from you, okay? So each syllabus will be a little bit different because each class is different. So you want to make sure that you look through the syllabus once you receive it because everything that you need to know will be there. Okay, so let's go ahead and start going through these 2 pages. And oftentimes the syllabus will look very, very similar. And so right here, you want to go ahead and look at the semester and year. Okay, so this was at spring 2016. Obviously, that's a little while ago. So you want to make sure that you get the most recent syllabus from your professor. So if you're starting in the summer, you want to make sure it says summer 2020. If you're starting in the fall 2020, and so forth, okay? You also want to look at the class. So this class is Counseling 101. Okay, so it says the name is College and Life Success. So you want to make sure that you're also in the correct class and that you're getting the syllabus for the class that you are enrolled in, okay? You want to also look at the CRN number. So professors will teach different sections of the same class. So you want to make sure that you're in the class that you enrolled in. So again, you look at the code and then you also look at the date and time. So this class is on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 11:10 a.m. Okay, it will also give you the date, the location. So this one is located in the administration building in room 225. So all of that should be included in your syllabus. So make sure you look at this before. If you're able to get the syllabus beforehand, make sure you look at that so you're prepared on the first day of class. Okay, so let's go ahead and move forward to this side. So right here, it will provide you with the instructor's information, okay? So this instructor, their name is Laura Y. Garcia. So you'll have the instructor's name there. You will also be provided with their email address. So if you ever have any questions and you need to email them, their email address should be on the syllabus as well. Some professors will provide their telephone number. So in the case that they do, that means that they're available to go ahead and answer any of your calls if you have any questions. Oftentimes this is their office phone number. And so, if you ever run into a question and you have their phone number, that's accessible for you to give them a call. Their office. So this is office hours. I'll go more into depth of what that is. But right here, their office is LR 101A. And it says that their office hours is by appointment. Okay, so this is a little something different for those of you who may not be may not be knowledgeable about the verbiage office hours. This is basically a time where professors set aside to go ahead and answer any questions you may have, any concerns. This specific professor will have office hours by appointment. Other professors will have a specific time, and so you want to pay attention to that, because if it's, let's just say Monday at 11 a.m. and you can't make it, you want to go ahead and communicate that with the professor, so maybe they can set some other time that may be available to them to meet with you. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're looking at that. Next, you'll see required text. So this class requires one required text. Other classes may require 2-3 books depending on the class. So you want to make sure that you're looking at that. Course description. So sometimes we enroll in classes that it's a general ed, or it's a class that we have to take for our major and we kind of don't know what it is. So in the course description, it'll go ahead and give you a little paragraph of what the class is about and what you will be learning. So just look through it and see what it says to get an idea what the class will be like. It will also provide you information if the class is UC or CSU transferable. So as you can see, this class transfers to both the CSU and UC system, okay? So it will count towards your units to transfer. Some syllabus will also have the student learning outcomes. So you want to go ahead and look at that section to see what you will be learning throughout the semester that you're taking the class. So if you're ever interested in knowing what you will be learning, just go ahead and look at the outcomes, and that kind of give you a breakdown of what you will learn. Next, materials that you will need in the class. So you'll go ahead and look at that. Attendance and participation, okay? So that's very, very important. So in some classes, depending on who your professor is, attendance and participation will count towards your overall grade, okay? So you want to go ahead and look at that section and see what the professor has put for that, okay? Classroom guidelines. So this professor wants students to have their devices turned on silent, so students are not messaging in class, and so that's part of their guidelines. So you want to make sure you're looking at that. Homework assignments, will be different from class to class. Some professors will allow you to turn in homework late. This professor assigns homework regularly, so you want to be looking at what the verbiage that says next to homework, okay? Every class will be different. Individual meeting with an instructor. So they're saying that you can go ahead and make an appointment to meet with the instructor by appointment. So again, it will be different by class to class. And then this professor seems to offer extra credit. So, some professors will offer extra credit, others won't. So, if you are offered extra credit, make sure you take advantage of that. Okay, so all of this is on the syllabus, okay? And this is just a meme that I thought was funny that I showed you all. So the first picture, it says the student is asking, what did we cover in class last week? And the professor saying, it's on syllabus. The second student's asking, what's your late homework policy? And the professor saying, it's in the syllabus. The third student is asking, when are your office hours? And the professor is saying it's in the syllabus. And lastly, how will my grade be computed? It's in the syllabus. Okay, as you can see, the professor seems to be fed up by the end. And this is just a friendly reminder that most of your questions will be answered by looking at the syllabus. So before you ask a professor a question that you may have, make sure you triple check your syllabus to make sure that the answer is not there before you ask them. Something that I would do when I was in college, I would check the syllabus and also ask a peer, a classmate in the class, to see if maybe they knew the answer before asking the professor, because oftentimes the answer will be on the syllabus. Okay, so just remember that. Alrighty, so the syllabus. So kind of give you an overview of what it is. So it outlines the instructor's expectation, okay? So the instructor will have different expectations from class to class. So, you want to make sure that you're aware of that. The syllabus guides your semester planning. So it will tell you exactly what's due week by week. And I'll go ahead and go over that in a little bit. And it will also give you knowledge on what you will learn and accomplish. So again, it tailors back to the outcomes of the class, so that will be provided on the syllabus, and also the policies that the professor may have in the class. So this can be having a laptop every day. Most classes don't require that, I'm just saying. Maybe it requires students to not have their phone out. Professors will develop their own policies. It's their syllabus, so you want to make sure that you understand what their policies are, okay? So what is on the syllabus? So like I mentioned before, most of your questions will be answered on the syllabus, but typically what is on the syllabus is the instructor's course information. So where they're located, their office hours, their times, their phone number, kind of what we went over already. It will have textbooks. So professors have required textbooks that they require for you to have, and also recommended. And I will go over that in a little bit. Calendar and schedule, so a breakdown of week by week of what you will be doing. Grading breakdown, so how the grading will work. Attendance policy, technology policy, behavioral expectations, and accommodations, okay? So we're going to be touching those topics in a bit. Okay, so the first one is office hours, okay? So like I mentioned earlier, professors set aside time to talk to students who maybe just want to talk about a topic in the class, or have concerns, or wherever it may be, okay? So this is an opportunity for you to go in and have a conversation with your professor. It may be for you to ask for feedback. I know something that I did was I would write my essays or my homework assignments, whatever it may be, and then I would go into office hours and ask my professor to look over my work and ask for them to provide me with feedback before submitting the assignment. So you want to make sure that you take advantage of that, because they are available for that. And also, when you go to office hours, it demonstrates your commitment to your academics. And it lets them know that you are you're striving to get a good grade in their class, and that you're dedicated, and that you're committed to getting good grades, or committed to the topics that you're learning in that class. It also provides you with opportunity to network. So the professor will become familiar with you if you show up to office hours, because professors have hundreds of students that they teach per semester. And so by you going to their office hours, they will get, they'll get to know you. And so that's a good thing. Also, this is an opportunity for you to request special consideration for personal circumstances. So, life happens sometimes, and sometimes we can't meet deadlines, or something happened, that is coming between you and the class and doing well in the class. So it's definitely the opportunity for you to communicate that with your professor and ask for maybe an extension or ask for support, whatever it may be. I know when I was in college, I was very overwhelmed with a lot of things with school and a lot of things that were going on, and I asked for an extension for one of my papers, and because I went to office hours and explained to the professor what was going on, I was able to get that extension. So definitely communicate with your professors. They're there to help and support you as well. And it's just an opportunity to help you improve your grade. So maybe you're not understanding a topic, and you go in and you ask, how can I study this and how can I prepare for an exam? And so definitely going in and having those conversations with your professor will help you improve your grade, and they'll kind of guide you on, how to do better on exam, do better on assignment, okay? Alrighty, so textbooks. So like I mentioned before, textbooks, most of the classes will require for you to have a textbook. And so there's the require and there's the recommended. Okay, so require means that you will need that book in order to be able to fulfill the class and to get the work that you need to get done. Recommended means that the professor is recommending you to read so-and-so book to help you understand whatever topics you're going over in class. So recommended is optional. You decide if you want to read the book, or if you're writing a paper, maybe those books will help guide you write that paper. But yes, what to do if you don't have your textbook yet, or you don't have your books? You have options of borrowing or renting your book. So our library oftentimes has most of the books. You just have to go in and ask and see if they have it. Oftentimes they allow students to rent it out for like 2 hours, and you can get your homework done, whatever you need to do. During that time, they will go ahead and let you borrow the book, and that's at no cost. You can always ask an instructor. Maybe they have a copy that you can take pictures of, so you can get your homework done. You can maybe ask a classmate. I know for when I was in college, I would sometimes split the cost with the classmate. That way, we only paid for one book and we shared it. And then also there's online purchasing that you can do. So there's Checkbook, there's Amazon. It's just doing the research, okay? The options for purchasing, we have a bookstore on campus where you can purchase the books there. But there's also the online option where you can go on Amazon or Check and try to see what is a cheaper option for you. And then lastly, options that are free. Okay, this one's very important. You can search for the PDF through a Google search, whatever it may be. You will most likely find the book. Unfortunately, there are sometimes maybe you won't find it, but if you do the research and you try to find the book, you maybe you will be able to find it. I know for me, I found most of my books that I needed through PDF. So just do a search and see if by providing the title of the book and the author, see if it comes up. For those of you who are on TikTok, there are TikTokers that show you how to look up the books and different websites you can go into. So definitely try that if you're on there. Just put textbooks through the TikTok search, and maybe there you'll find some videos on how of those who teach you how to search for the books. Okay, we also have EOPS Book Grant. This is a program that provides students who are part of it with a book grant, so they give them funds that will go ahead and purchase, that will help them purchase their books. So if that's something you're interested, definitely look into it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move forward with calendar and schedule. So calendar and schedule. If you can see, it's broken down by week, and most professors will have this format where it's broken down, you know, week by week, and assignments and what you will be doing and due dates, okay? For this part, I encourage students to maybe get a planner, and on your planner, week by week, kind of like write down what your assignments are. I basically, for like 1 week, I would write down what my assignments were for each class. But because you're going to be maybe enrolled in 1, 2, even 4, 5 classes, you want to make sure that you stay organized, because there are going to be weeks where maybe you have 3 assignments due with all your classes. And so this kind of breaks it down for you to kind of get an idea and a head start, get prepared on, you know, what weeks are going to be the busiest, what assignments are going to be due, and so forth. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention to that. That is something definitely that helped me stay organized. Maybe that won't work for you, but, you know, try it out. Try to see if you find a method that will help you. What I would also do is this planner kind of gives me the opportunity to break down by week. So this week I want to go ahead and like wrote down all my assignments for all my classes. So each class was a different color. So you want to make sure that, you know, you're just exploring different ways that will help you make sure that you're staying on track with all your classes, because right now we're just going over one syllabus. Once you start school, you may have multiple syllabuses, different due dates, different assignments. So you want to make sure that you stay organized and you keep yourself accountable with everything, okay? All right, grading breakdown. So as you can see, this professor breaks down the class grading. And so as you can see, all the grades add up to 1,000 points, okay? So some assignments are a little bit heavier than the others. So for example, the class attendance and participation is worth 500 points. So you wanna make sure that you're looking at what assignments are worth more, because, you know, you wanna take into account that you're preparing and that you're doing everything you can to get those full points, because that will determine, you know, your grade. And so it kind of like breaks it down. So right here it says that 900 to 1,000 is an A, 800 to 89 is a B, 700 to 799 is a C, and so forth, okay? So sometimes professors may not keep you updated with your grades, and that is because maybe they have multiple classes that they're teaching. It may take them a while to update your grades. So it's, you know, it's important to try to calculate your grade on your own so you are aware of your grade. And even if your professors are keeping you updated with your grades, I suggest students to go ahead and calculate it on your own to ensure that what your professor is giving you is what you have as well. So it's, you know, if there is a mistake, you catch it. So let's just say you get a 400 in a class attendance and participation, and you get all the points for the rest. So that would put you at 900, and that would give you the 900, that would give you the A. So you want to make sure that what you have, again, the professor has, and it's the same grade, okay? So most of the classes will have this breakdown, so just make sure that you're keeping track of your grades. As soon as you get a grade back, make sure you start calculating it, okay? So grade policy. Again, like I mentioned before, you want to keep track of your own grades. Right now that everything's online, instructors should be using Canvas, but once we go back to a normal class setting, some instructors may not be using Canvas. It just depends on them and what they decide, whatever they feel comfortable. So grades versus percentages versus GPA. So you want to make sure that, you know, you're getting good grades, so that your GPA, you know, is high. You know, the higher grades you get, the higher your GPA will be. Assignments weigh differently. So like I mentioned before, the 500 is so much more than the 50 and the 100. So you want to pay attention to that. And you also want to pay attention to the extra credit opportunities. So if your professor provides you extra credit, definitely do it, because that extra credit could probably, you know, get you to the grade that you need or that you want. So make sure that you're taking advantage of that if they do offer it. Alrighty, so right now we're gonna go ahead and move forward with our activity. So I'm going to walk you through on how to calculate your GPA. So like I mentioned, your grades will go ahead and help boost or lower or just, you know, maintain your GPA. So in order, you know, a way to do it is you will calculate your GPA with your current grades, okay? To calculate grade point average, divide the total grades points by the total GPA units, okay? So let's just say, and I have my phone so I can calculate it with you all, okay? So if you're taking a class right now, go ahead and calculate your current grades to see how you would end the semester. If you are ending the semester, go ahead and calculate again the current grades that you have. Okay, if you don't have any classes that you've never taken and you're just starting college, let's go ahead and follow with me, and we'll do a pretend GPA. Okay, so let's just say you're taking 4 classes. Okay. All your classes are 3 units, okay? So let's just say you get an A, that's 12 units, okay? Because it's 4 points per unit, okay, per unit. So if it's 3 units and it's 4 points, that's 12, okay? If it's, let's just say you get a B and it's 3 units, that would be 9, okay? Let's just say it's a C, that's 3 times 2, that is 6, okay, and so forth, okay? So let's just say you get 2 A's, 1 B, and 1 C, okay? So it's going to be 12 plus 12 plus 9 plus 6, okay? That equals 39, okay? So now we're gonna go ahead and divide 12, okay? Because we're taking 4 classes that are 3 units, okay? So that go ahead and adds up to 12 units, okay? So we're gonna divide by 12, and that gives us a GPA of 3.25, okay? So you always wanna go ahead and try to do this on your own. That way you kind of get an idea of what grades let's just say you're anticipating to get 2 B's, 2 C's, whatever it may be. You want to calculate it to see what your GPA would be. Let's just say you're in a sport or you are in a extracurricular activity that requires for you to get a specific GPA. You want to go ahead and, you know, keep track of your GPA to see how it would end at the end of the semester by doing this, okay? So go ahead, and for those of you who are doing the activity and finishing up your GPA with your current grades, go ahead and finish that up. I'm going to go ahead and give you a few more seconds for that. All right, we're going to go ahead and move forward. We're going to go ahead and start talking a little bit about absences, okay? So every syllabus will have their absence policy. So you want to go ahead and look at that and see what the professor has for it. Some professors, you know, will give you 3 absences per class, depends. So that's just an example. Other professors will absolutely not let you be absent at all. So if that is the case and an emergency comes up, you want to make sure that you're emailing your professor so they are aware that an emergency came up or you're not feeling well, whatever it may be, and it doesn't affect your grade, okay? Some professors will have the right to drop students if they have missed, you know, like a various amount of numbers of classes, okay? So let's just say you miss multiple classes, they will drop you. They have the right to do that. So again, if you're ever running late, if you know that you're going to be absent, if something comes up, you want to make sure that you let your professor know. That way your grade doesn't get affected or that you don't get dropped in the class, because some professors either drop you or other professors will lower your GPA or lower your grade in the class, okay? So just, pay attention to that, and always, always, always email your professor, okay? Drop deadlines. This is very, very important, okay? Especially for those of you who are starting college, or is your first semester, whatever it may be. There are 2 drop deadlines, okay? And they're very important, okay? So the first drop deadline means that you can drop the class and there is no penalty. There's no W going into your transcript, and that you drop it and you're good, okay? So that is only for the 6-week courses. For the 8-week courses or other courses that you're taking, if you're taking a summer school class, make sure that you're looking at the syllabus or asking your professor what the drop deadlines are if you're considering dropping, so you know whether you met the first deadline and you're not getting penalized for it, okay? The second drop deadline is typically once you're 75% done with the course and you are deciding to drop the class, withdraw from the class, whatever reason you have for withdrawing. This means that you will get a W on your transcript. So you're not getting a grade, but there's going to be a W on your transcript saying that you withdrew from the class, okay? So again, if you're taking a summer school class or an 8-week course, make sure that you know when that drop deadline is. So you're able to drop the class and you know that you're dropping with a W, okay? So make sure you're paying attention to that. Accommodations, okay? So for students who maybe had an IEP plan in high school, you want to make sure that you're talking to our DSPS office, who can help you get accommodations for the class or for testing, whatever it may be. There is support out there. There is support at Riho that can help you with this. So all you need to do is just contact our DSPS office, and they will be able to help you with this, and they will be able to accommodate whatever your needs may be, okay? So their phone number is 562-908-3420, okay? And they're located in the student services building on the 3rd floor. Whenever we are on campus, go ahead and stop by and just say hi or ask them any questions that you may have. Alrighty, so constructing an email, okay? So in our center, oftentimes we get students who need to email their professors, but it's something new. And so we want to make sure that you know how to properly send an email and communicate with your professor, okay? So in the email, you always want to write a meaningful subject line, okay? So where it says subject, you want to make sure that you give enough information so they know what you are emailing about before they open your email, okay? You want to keep your message focused, okay? You don't want to add too much information. You want to make sure it's straight to the point and clear. And that's the next one, and you wanted to identify yourself clearly. So you want to make sure that you are letting them know who you are, your ID number, because maybe there's 2 of you, 3 of you on campus. You want to provide them with your ID number. You want to show respect and kindness. You remember they are your professors, so you want to make sure that you're always being respectful to them. You want to distinguish between formal and informal situations, and you always should proofread your emails, okay? So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to provide you with an example, okay? So let's just say we're emailing Rio Hondo College, right? Again, the subject line. We're emailing them about Counseling 101, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and provide them with the CRN number. Remember, the CRN number is the number attached to the class that you are emailing about, okay? So each class will have a CRN number, and you wanna provide it because professors will they're gonna be teaching different sections of the same class. So you wanna make sure that they know that you make it clear what class you're talking about, okay? So we're going to go ahead and put Counseling 101, CRN number, so on, okay? And then we are trying to add a class, so we're going to go ahead and put adding class, okay? So you want to start off with saying, "Good morning, professor." You want to go ahead and insert their first and last name. Remember to put a comma afterwards. "My name is so-and-so." Go ahead and provide your first and last name. And then here I suggest putting your ID number. So again, they know who you are. We continue. "And I hope you are doing well. Remember, show kindness. I'm currently on the waiting list for your Counseling 101 class." So again, you show the CRN number again so they know what you're talking about. "I was wondering if there is a possibility of me adding the course for your spring 2019 semester." Okay. "Thank you in advance. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. Best," and you want to sign your name, okay? So I want you all to either get a piece of paper out, or if you can, make this a smaller page so you can go ahead and type out your template, okay? So I want to let you go today with you having the template in your email. So instead of emailing to whatever professor, I want you to email it to yourself, okay? So next time you need to contact a professor, you already have a template. Okay, so go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and give you a few minutes to get that done. So go ahead and start typing. So again, you are putting good morning, good afternoon, whatever it may be, professor, and go ahead and put the same thing I put, insert professor's first and last name, okay, comma, and then "My name is blank, and I hope you're doing well." And then we can go ahead and just put, I'm currently blank. We'll just leave it like that, okay? Because we don't know if you're going to be asking to get on the wait list or to get in the class, or you maybe have questions about the homework, whatever it may be. So we'll go ahead and leave that blank, but I want you to go ahead and do the last part, okay? So "Thank you in advance. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know." Go ahead and type that, okay? All right, and then just make sure you sign. You can either put "thank you," "best," "in regards," whatever it may be, okay? You want to make sure that it's clear to the point, clear, and that you're kind and you're professional, okay? So go ahead and email that to yourself. And then for the subject line, you can just put email template. That way, next time you need to email a professor, you can just search on your email template, and this will come up, and you don't have to start a whole new email. You already have the template for yourself, okay? All right, so how do I feel? This is how a professor feels when you don't check your syllabus, okay? So just, again, as a reminder, always check the syllabus before asking a question, because their response may be something like this. This may be their face. So just check your syllabus and ask your classmates if they know the answer to the question that you may have. Alrighty, so although we're not in person, you can always email us, call us to our office number if you have any questions, comments, or concerns in regards to this. And there's always a coach available to support you Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Fridays from 8 to 2 p.m. I also want to encourage all of you to follow us on Instagram. We are constantly posting different resources are available to you, or programs. So go ahead and follow us. to RHC_SSDC. Okay. Thank you so much again for being here with me today. Hopefully when all of this is over, you will see me in the center and I will be able to assist you in person. But for now, again, those are our office hours, and our phone number, if you do have any questions, is 562-463-6650. And a coach will be able to assist you and answer any questions that you may have or concerns. All right, again, thank you so much. Have a great day.